Hello everyone, welcome to Sridhar Jalapati Aptitude classes. This video Aptitude FAQs Part 2 is all about explaining frequently asked questions from Aptitude by students. These questions are the doubts which the students have asked me, and these are the questions for which they did not get the answer either while practicing or when they got these questions in the exam. Before this, watching this part 2 video, I have already uploaded one more video called Aptitude FAQs by Students Part 1. Do watch that. In this part 2 video as well, I will be explaining 5 FAQs from Aptitude. Let us start our discussion with the first question. Those who want to try the question, you can pause the video and then you can continue the video to check your solution. Here is the solution. N years ago, Shrikha's age was thrice the age of her sister Sanya's age, and N years hence, Shrikha's age will be twice her sister Sanya's age. Find the ratio of their present ages. So this question is problems on ages. You just have to write the equation for the information by assuming their present ages as variables. So since both Shrikha's name and Sanya's both are starting with S, so to avoid the confusion, I am taking their second letter as the variable. So let Shrikha's present age be R and Sanya's present age be A. These are their present ages. N years ago, Shrikha was R minus N and Sanya was A minus N. Given this was, Shrikha was thrice the age of Sanya N years ago. This is equation 1. Whereas N years hence, Shrikha becomes R plus N, Sanya becomes A plus N after N years. Then after N years, Shrikha will be twice Sanya. So this is 2 times equation 2. Now, unfortunately, these are the 2 linear equations but in 3 variables like R, A, N as well. We don't know N as well. And instead of solving for them, in both the equations we do have a common variable called N, and let us try to get the value of N from both equations. Like first equation can be written as, if I simplify, R minus N is equal to 3A minus 3N. That implies, on further simplification, R minus 3N is equal to 3A is equal to minus 2N, or in other words I can write as N is equal to R minus 3A by minus 2. N is equal to R minus 3A by minus 2. Similarly, from the second equation, R plus N is equal to 2A plus 2N. That implies R minus 2A is equal to N. So, from both the equations, I got N value. Now, I can equate these two because both are equal to N. That is, R minus 3A by minus 2 is equal to R minus 2A. On further cross multiplication, R minus 3A is equal to minus 2R plus 4A. Then if I bring all R terms one side, A terms other side, 3R is equal to 7A, or in other words, R by A is equal to 7 by 3. R by A is equal to 7 by 3. Now, by the way, R and A are nothing but their present ages of Shrikha and Sanya, and which we got the ratio as 7:3. That is option C. The ratio of their present ages is 7:3. What I did, from both the equations, I got N value and then I equated both N values to get the ratio of present ages of Shrikha and Sanya. Hope you followed. Let's move to the second question, second FAQ from Aptitude. Those who want to try the question, you can pause the video. Yeah, here is the solution. 3 taps A, B, C can fill an empty tank or cistern in 12, 18 and 24 minutes respectively. 3 minutes after A was opened, B was also opened. After 3 more minutes, C was opened and these two A and B were shut down. Find the time taken to fill the cistern after closing of A and B. Now, it's a simple question from the concept called pipes and cistern, but the presentation is a little complicated. If you understand this presentation, then just by following the information you will get it. First of all, you need to understand 3 minutes after A was opened, B was also opened. That means for the first 3 minutes, A was opened and it opened alone, it worked alone. After this, B was also opened. That means now both A and B are opened. And after another 3 minutes, that means A and B opened for 3 minutes. After A and B opening for 3 minutes, now C is opened and A and B shut down. I repeat, 3 minutes after A was opened, B was also opened. That means after opening A, after 3 minutes, B was opened. That means for first 3 minutes A was opened and it worked alone. Then B is also opened. After another 3 minutes, C opened and AB shut down. Now altogether A opened here for 6 minutes, first 3 minutes alone, then with B, combination of B 3 minutes, so total 6 minutes. B opened for 3 minutes. A work done in 1 minute is 1 by 12, as it opened for 6 minutes, 6 by 12. B in 1 minute, 1 by 18, as it opened for 3 minutes, 3 by 18. So before closing of A and B, work done by them is 6 by 12 is half, 3 by 18 is 1 by 6. So work done by them together is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6. LCM 6, 3 plus 2, 4, 3 plus 1, 4 by 6, which is 2/3 of the tank is filled by both A and B. So before closing A and B, they already filled 2/3. Now remaining tank to be filled is 1 minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, because full tank is treated as 1. In the 2/3 is already filled by A and B. So now C is opened. Given C takes 24 minutes to fill the entire tank, now C has to fill 1/3, for which how much time it takes? That is 24 by 3, 8 minutes. C takes 8 minutes to fill the remaining part of the tank. Therefore option 3, 8 minutes is the answer. So we haven't done anything great here, no formula, no magic, we just followed the information. First 3 minutes A, then next 3 minutes A and B. So after that these two closed. Before they were closed, they filled 2/3 part of the tank, and remaining 1/3 has to be filled by C, for which it requires only 8 minutes. Let's move to the next one. Third aptitude FAQ. Those who want to try the question, you can pause the video. Here is the solution. Two cars start together in the same direction from the same place. The first goes with uniform speed of 10 km per hour. The second goes at a speed of 8 km per hour in the first hour and increases its speed by half km per hour each succeeding hours. After how many hours will the second car overtake the first if both cars go non-stop? So here you need to understand two cars start together in the same direction from the same place. But one is moving at a constant speed of 10 km per hour. The other one starts at 8 km per hour, but after that for every 1 hour it increases its speed by half kilometer. You are asked to find after how many hours both cars meet, overtake, or nothing but meet each other. Now there are many methods to answer this question. One of the simplest method to answer this question, let us assume that they meet after n hours. Let us assume they meet after n hours. Then distance traveled by the first car in n hours is, every hour it travels 10 km. In n hours it travels 10 into n kilometers. Whereas the second one, first hour it travels 8 kilometers. Second hour it travels 8.5 because its speed increases by 0.5. Third hour it travels 9 km. Fourth hour it travels 9.5 km, so on. By the way, when they meet, distance traveled by the first car should be equal to the distance traveled by the second car. That means these two must be equal. This is the distance traveled by the first car in n hours, as its speed is 10 constant 10n, whereas this is the distance traveled by the second car, so on. These are n terms. We do not know how many, that we have to find. By the way, if you observe, this is in arithmetic progression, with first term being 8, common difference being 0.5, nth term is something which we do not know. we have to find, but the sum of n terms we can find. So here if I equate 10n is equal to, formula to find sum of n terms in arithmetic progression is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So n is n here, n by 2, a is 8, so 2a 16 plus n we do not know, n minus 1, d is 0.5, so which I can take it as half. So both sides I can cancel n, on cross multiplication 20 is equal to 16 plus n by 2 minus half. Now if I simplify this further, now 16 minus half is 15 and half. If I bring that to the right hand side, otherwise 20 minus 16, 4. And if I send this half to the right hand side, plus 4 plus half, 9 by 2. So 9 by 2 is equal to n by 2. That implies n is equal to 9. N is equal to 9. That means after 9 hours, the two cars meet each other, or in other words, after 9 hours, the second car overtakes the first. So here, though this question appeared to be from time and distance topic, but there is nothing to do with time and distance. It's all about numbers concept, arithmetic progression. The distance traveled by the first car is 10n, 10 km per hour in n hours, 10n, whereas distance traveled by the second car is increasing by 0.5 km every hour. So 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, so on. And sum of these n terms should be equal to this one. On equating, I got n value as 9. That means after 9 hours, they meet each other. Thank you. Let's move to the next question, fourth question. Those who want to try, you can pause the video. Yeah, here is the solution. This question is from analytical reasoning. Some people also call it as puzzles. The name of the topic, puzzles or analytical reasoning, whatever the name of the topic, it's all about you are given with the theory information followed by some questions. Now what the information is saying, there are 6 boys, Viresh, Naresh, Suresh, Rakesh, Dinesh and Mahesh. They are comparing their ages. And regarding their ages, we are given with some information, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and then followed by 2 questions. So this information is indirectly asking us to arrange these 6 boys according to their ages. As we are comparing their ages, so you can answer this question in 2 ways. One, you can give the first rank to the eldest person, then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth you can give it to youngest. This is one way of doing it. Or reverse, you can give youngest as first rank and then eldest as 6th rank. You can follow any of the 2 notations. But whichever notation you are following, you should have clarity that in your notation, who is first. If you are treating eldest as first, then youngest is 6th. Or if you are treating youngest as first, then eldest is 6th. Accordingly, you can find the answers. So, I am following the notation of treating eldest as 1 and youngest as 6. Now, let us read the information. Only one boy is older than Viresh. That means there is only one boy who is older than Viresh, in the sense he is second. As there is only one boy older than him, he is second in my notation, as eldest is first. Naresh is older than only one boy. As Naresh is older than only one boy, that means Naresh is 5th. He is older than only one boy. Next, the number of boys younger than Suresh is same as the number of boys older than Rakesh, but this information has nothing to do so far what I got, because I don't know what is the rank of Suresh, I don't know what is the rank of Rakesh, so I will come back to this point later. No 2 boys are of same age, obviously that's why we are given for 6 boys 6 different ranks. Dinesh is younger than Mahesh. So in my notation, younger people always lie down, whereas elder people are up in the ranking system. So as Dinesh is younger than Mahesh, who stands for Mahesh, in turn is younger than Rakesh. This Mahesh is younger than Rakesh. The last point is saying that Dinesh is younger than Mahesh, and who stands for Mahesh, and this Mahesh is younger than Rakesh. So out of 6 people, I know only Viresh position and Naresh position so far. And about Rakesh, Mahesh, Dinesh, I don't know exactly what are their ranks, but I know the order in which they should be in the ranking system. Here, Rakesh should be above Mahesh and Dinesh, or Dinesh should be below Rakesh and Mahesh. So out of the 4 places, if I select any 3 randomly for these, let's say I'm taking Rakesh here, Mahesh here, Dinesh here. Let us assume. Then the only boy left out is Suresh, so he will become here. His position is here. Now if I consider this option, now this arrangement is not satisfying the second condition. What is the second condition? Now the number of boys younger than Suresh. The number of boys younger than Suresh is 5 in my notation, as Suresh is the eldest. Should be same as the number of boys older than Rakesh. The number of boys older than Rakesh is 2 in my notation, who are Viresh and Suresh. So according to the question, that should be equal, but I did not get. That means the arrangement of RMD what I took is incorrect. The places where I have arranged Ramesh, Mahesh and Dinesh is incorrect. Then let me go for an alternate. So previously I took RMD here. Now let me take RMD here and left out Suresh here. Right. Now let us see whether the third point is got satisfied or not. Number of boys younger than Suresh. Number of boys younger than Suresh 0. And number of boys older than Rakesh. Number of boys older than Rakesh also 0, which is equal. 0, 0, obviously equal. So I think this arrangement got satisfied all the points given in the question, all the information given in the question. So this is the arrangement of those 6 boys according to their heights. So in my notation, 1 that is Rakesh is the eldest, 6 that is Suresh is the youngest. Let us answer the first one. How many boys are older than Suresh? How many boys older than Suresh? 5. As he is the youngest, 5 boys are older than him. Who is the 4th youngest boy? Now, understand the question carefully. You are asked to find 4th youngest boy. If you are asked to find 4th youngest boy, answer cannot be 4 in your answer, 4 in your arrangement. Youngest in the sense I have to count from the bottom. So he is first youngest, second youngest, third youngest, 4th youngest is Mahesh. 4th youngest is Mahesh. Because as I have given the ranks from eldest to youngest, here 4th is 4th eldest in my notation, but you are asked to find 4th youngest. As you are asked to find 4th youngest, you should come from the bottom. First youngest, second, third, 4th. So 4th youngest is Mahesh. And this is how you can arrange the people according to their ages. To answer these analytical reasoning questions, you don't need to be strong in mathematics. As you can see here, there is no maths. It's all about following the given information and satisfying the points or the information given in the question. Thank you. Let's move to the last question from this video, that is aptitude FAQs by students. Those who want to try the question, you can pause the video. Yeah, here is the solution. By the way, this question is from blood relations. A, introducing a person to B, said he is the father of your sister's son and he is also my mother's husband. How is A's father related to B's mother? So obviously blood relation questions, when you read continuously, then not only you will get confusion, you won't get the answer as well. So let us try to break this information into parts. Now here A is talking to B, so your stands for B. So A is introducing a third person and the third person is related to B. So always these kind of introducing questions, pointing to photograph questions, one should start with the pronoun. What do you mean by starting with pronoun? His, her, yours, right? So in this question, I should start with this information. Your stands for, as A is talking to B, your sister, B's sister's son. So for this gentleman, your sister's son, for this gentleman, he is the father. Whomever A is introducing is the father. So this is the gentleman about whom A is talking. This gentleman is B's sister's son's father. Then these two become wife and husband. These two become wife and husband. And this lady, that is B's sister, for this son becomes mother. Right? What A said, he is the father of your in the sense B's sister's son's father. This is the gentleman about whom A is talking, and A continued he is also my mother's husband. This gentleman is also my mother's husband. Here, what is my, as A is talking A. By the way, this gentleman is already one lady's husband. He cannot be husband to a different lady. So therefore, if this my mother's husband is nothing but this person must be A's mother. So this person must be A. Then only my mother's husband is that gentleman. So that gentleman is B's sister's son's father. Also, my mother's husband. So he cannot be husband to two different ladies. Therefore, he is already husband to a lady, and that lady must be A's mother. Okay. Now the question is, how is A's father? That means this gentleman. How is A's father, this gentleman, related to B's mother? B's mother. By the way, for B's mother, this lady is daughter, and daughter's husband is son-in-law. Daughter's husband is son-in-law. So answer son-in-law. This gentleman is B's mother's daughter's husband. Daughter's husband is son-in-law. Hope you followed. Yeah. So obviously these questions are little confusing ones. That is the speciality about blood relations. If anybody can understand easily why these questions will be asked in the exam. So whoever finding it difficult, you rewind the video, listen to the explanation again, you will get it. Okay. Thank you so much. So these are the 5 FAQs that I have selected to discuss in this video, which is aptitude FAQs by students part 2. I will be selecting few more questions and will be discussing in part 3 as well. So if you like my explanation, like the video, and for any questions, queries, you can post in the comment section. Do subscribe to my channel and share with as many students as you can.